Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. You know, that's a good fight. The lightweight division got so much talent. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevens. That's a great matchup. Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Tank Davis.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, you just heard the voice of legendary, retired, iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr., formerly known as Pretty Boy Floyd, known as Money Mayweather, TBE, the best to ever do it, stating that after the biggest win of his career for his former fighter and still somebody he mentors, an undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis, who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight and junior welterweight. Superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis with a record of now 29 wins, no loss and no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach, as he stopped and knocked out then undefeated lightweight junior welterweight Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia, who is now 23 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. So with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis is proven to be the face or one of the faces of the sport of boxing. And now Floyd Mayweather, he says he wants Gervonta Tank Davis to fight former unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is now the junior welterweight title contender in Teofimo Lopez, who is 18 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout. Teofimo Lopez is 25 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. So Floyd Mayweather, as you heard, he stated that, you know, a good matchup would be to match undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney against Olympic silver medalist, 2-division world champion, undefeated, former unified WBC, WBO super featherweight world champion, now lightweight title contender, Shakur Stevenson. So he wants Shakur Stevenson to face off against Devin Haney, and he wants his fighter, Gervonta Tank Davis, to face off against Teofimo Lopez. Now, this just doesn't add up, and it just simply doesn't make sense. Because for one, Teofimo Lopez, he lost his unified titles to former unified lightweight world champion, Australian superstar boxer in George Kambosos Jr., who lost his titles to Devin the Dream Haney. So he lost to Devin Haney, who beat Teofimo Lopez. Now he wants Devin Haney to fight Shakur Stevenson, who just made his debut at lightweight against Yoshino in a dominating 6-round stoppage victory. So instead of making this fight with the undisputed lightweight world champion or this fight with the 2-division world champion who's undefeated, they want to focus on this man who already lost and is trying to rectify and get his career back on track against this man, the undisputed junior welterweight world champion, 19 wins, no loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout, and is the undisputed champ, southpaw, 5'10" with a 69-inch arm reach, and that is no guarantee. Actually, I got Josh Taylor winning their June 10th Madison Square Garden showdown. So they didn't mention Josh Taylor, or should I say Floyd Mayweather hasn't mentioned Josh Taylor's name as a possible opponent, okay? So it just simply don't make sense, seeing as though Teofimo Lopez now is going on his 3rd fight at 140, the junior welterweight limit. And Teofimo Lopez, he actually didn't even look that great in his last fight against Sandor Martin. I actually, as well as the majority of people, thought Teofimo Lopez lost his last fight against Sandor Martin. And now he's going into a major fight against Josh Taylor, who's the undefeated, undisputed world champion. Now, Teofimo Lopez is one of the original kings that was mentioned in the lightweight division. It was Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Gervonta Tank Davis. Teofimo Lopez has suffered a major setback as he already lost, and he has the identity issues because he hasn't looked great in a minute. Not to mention, he fights at 140. Why does that make sense? His last 2 fights have been on 140. He complained about 135 was the reason he lost to Kambosos, and now he's fighting his 3rd fight at 140 June 10th against Josh Taylor. Why is this important, you ask? Because his last fight, that being Gervonta Tank Davis, they made Ryan Garcia, who last 2 fights, he's 2 years and 2 fights removed from fighting at 135, and they made him have a catch weight at 136, and they made him have a next day weigh-in, as you see here, that he couldn't gain more than 10 pounds in a rehydration clause. So how are they possibly going to fight Teofimo Lopez, who is already a year and a half and going on 3 fights removed from fighting at 135? Are they going? He is not coming back down to 135. So are they going to move up to 140 and fight Teo? And if that's the case, then what was the whole reasoning and mindset behind weight draining Ryan Garcia, who was 2 fights and 2 years removed from fighting at 135, and putting a next day rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia to have a competitive advantage? That just simply doesn't make sense. Now, Teofimo Lopez is not going to fight Gervonta Tank Davis at a catch weight, nor is he coming down to 135. So why not, after this massive win over Ryan Garcia, essentially putting you as the face officially of boxing, and this massive big victory over Ryan Garcia, dropping him in the second round, as we saw here, with a beautiful counter left hand, that got the crowd in an uproar, and then going into the 7th round with this another beautiful counter left hand to the body, as Ryan Garcia was out of position, and catching him, clipping him on the liver, bang, right there, putting him down for good in the 7th round, and coming away with a 7th round knockout victory. Now you're on top of the world. You're undefeated. You're a 3-division champion, 5-time champion. Why not now just set your sights on this man, the undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion, who's going into a mega massive showdown May 20th against former Olympic 2-time gold medalist, 3-division world champion, and a former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasily High-Tech Lomachenko, May 20th, Las Vegas, Nevada, at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Why not set your sights on this man, or even this man right here, who made his debut in the lightweight division, but put on a dazzling performance in a 6-round stoppage over Yoshino? Why not set your sights on this man, right? Shakur Stevenson is Olympic silver medalist, undefeated 2-division world champion, and they have history. So Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion, who took a loss, who arguably lost his last fight with Sandor Martin and is about to lose possibly to Josh Taylor, is attempting to get his career back on track. So it just simply don't make sense. And he fights at 140. So Tank said he wasn't comfortable fighting at 140, right? So this man, Shakur Stevenson, just made his debut, and he's a full-fledged 135-pounder. That makes sense. Or this man, who is the undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion, and they have history. They have 2 glorified sparring sessions that everybody has drawn so much interest in and would love to see. And they would love to see who was actually right and how the fight would play out. So this fight makes all the sense in the world, right? Not to mention, Devin Haney is a network promotional free agent. So the easy fight to be made, seeing though Tank is the A side and fights on PBC. And clearly it still has the voice and still has the backing of Floyd Mayweather Promotions, Showdown Present Sports, Steven Espinosa, and his own company, GTD. Teofimo Lopez is still with ESPN, Top Rank, and Bob Arum. So that's difficult. As well as this man, Shakur Stevenson, who's still exclusively signed with Top Rank, ESPN, and Bob Arum himself. So Devin Haney makes the most logical sense, seeing as though he'll be a network promotional free agent after May 20th showdown with Lomachenko. And on top of that, you don't have an issue saying that you'll go to 140. So if he couldn't make 135 and you're going to fight Teofimo at 140, you could fight Devin Haney at 140. So at the end of the day, Devin Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis, they have a history, the storyline. He's the undefeated, undisputed champion. That just makes the most logical sense. They have a history. You can talk about the buildup with the 2, who won the actual 2 sparring sessions, how they play out, who won the bet, so on and so forth. It makes for good all access. Devin Haney don't mind conceding to Gervonta Tank Davis being the A side, and he's a network promotional free agent. That just simply makes all the sense in the world. Or if this man, Josh Taylor, is to actually beat Teofimo Lopez, that would make sense. But Josh Taylor, I think he's going to move up to 147. So who knows how this will ultimately unfold. But we do know one thing for certain. Floyd Mayweather has correctly moved Gervonta Tank Davis in the right direction and building him up into a massive superstar as himself, in a mold of himself. And Gervonta Tank Davis is clearly the A side that can pick and choose what direction he goes in. So we got to just see how it unfolds. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. I'm gone. Peace.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Wow.